Hello and welcome to the video review of Landcool PCK58W. It's a mid-tower case and it's 20.5 inches high, 8.5 inches wide, and 20.5 inches deep. Moving on to the front of the case, there's a reset button, 2 USB 2 ports, microphone and headphone jack, power button, hard drive activity light, and power LED. The power LED and the hard drive activity lights are a burnt orange color and it looks very nice. And to the back of the case there will be a spot where your motherboard I/O shield plate will be installed, a 120mm fan already installed, and it has rubber inserts where the screws go to reduce vibration. It has rubber grommeted holes for water cooling tubes pass through, has 8 PCI expansion slots, and they are all ventilated to increase airflow. Has room for one power supply at the bottom, standard ATX size, and also extra ventilation. The right side panel has nothing on it. Well, the right side panel has a very large window so you can see all of your main components. And finally, on the front side panel there is 5 2¼ inch drive bays, and they all have dust filters over them, and there's a 140mm fan already installed. It also has rubber inserts on the screws to prevent vibration. The front can be easily removed by pulling at the bottom. Also note that in front of the 140mm fan on the front bezel, it has a very easily removable dust filter that is washable. The top bezel is also very easily removed by pushing at the front and lifting up. Just like that. To remove the side panels, there's 2 thumb screws, one on the top and one on the bottom, and they're very easy to grip onto, and they're very secure when they're installed. And then you just pull just a little bit and then it comes right off. Moving on to the inside of the case, the motherboard tray has support for ATX and micro ATX motherboards. There is room for 2 140mm fans on the top, but they do need an installation kit if you want the rubber mounting inserts that are on the other fans to prevent vibrations. This case is almost 100% toolless, and to install motherboards you just take the screws that come with the case and you insert the motherboard and they just screw right in there. Moving on to the front of the case, there is room for 5 5¼ inch drive bays, and the first 2 are a toolless operation. To install them, you just hold the plastic part back, you slide in your drive bay, and then you line up the holes, and then you're done. Moving towards the bottom of the case, there is only room for 4 3¼ inch hard drives, but that is a toolless operation. You just lift up on this little screw, you pull out the rail, you take your hard drive and you put it on there, you snap it in, and you slide it back in, and then you're done. For 2.5 inch hard drives, such as solid state drives, you will need to screw them in with these holes. But it's still very easy, and they have little rubber pieces right here to reduce vibrations. Moving towards the bottom of the case, where the power supply would be installed, you will find a power supply installation bracket. And to install a power supply, you just take your standard ATX size power supply, line it up on the rubber mounts, you hook it in there, just like that. Moving on to the PCI expansion slots, they are very easily removable because they are 100% toolless. You take this little lever and it releases the PCI expansion slot. Just easily remove it. You take in your graphics card, you just slide it in there, and you just line it up. And this is a 9-inch graphics card, and it does have about 2 inches of room. Moving on to the motherboard tray itself, there is a large hole for the cooler detention plate and several cable routing holes. And if you also notice on the bottom, if I remove the back panel, that the bottom is completely empty, so you can route all the cables from the back of the power supply around behind the motherboard tray. And that wraps up the video review of the Landcool PCK58W. Overall, it is a very solid chassis. I would recommend it if you're in the market for it. The MSRP for it is $100, but you can pick it up on online retailers for about $70, and it's very nice for the price. I would highly recommend it. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, comments, or requests for next unboxings or video reviews, please post in the comment box. Thank you for watching.